With Season 18 comes a ton of changes to Overwatch. It'll be the first official season where 222 role lock is going into effect, and on top of that, Sigma is going to be playable. This major update changes the way that we need to think about our DPS picks because the meta is very different from what it was before. In this video, I'll tell you which DPS heroes you should play in the Season 18 role lock if you want to optimize your chance of winning and getting that sweet SR. Before we get started, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is ChroNoDotA. I'm a former professional player and current full-time streamer and content creator. I have over 200 hours of playtime on the Season 18 patch, and I'm about to drop some knowledge bombs so that you can have a running start when the season goes live. I'm going to structure this video as a DPS tier list so it's easy to understand and follow along. Let's get into it. Understanding how viable certain DPS heroes are requires you to have a basic understanding of the meta. Basically, you have to ask yourself, what is a good team composition right now? Currently, the meta revolves around double shield tank and bunker compositions, with the occasional appearance of the good old dive comp. This means that the best DPS heroes right now are the ones that enable bunker and shield compositions to work. You can pick whatever you want, but if your goal is to climb and gain SR, then picking the strongest DPS hero will certainly help. Starting at the very top, we have the S-tier heroes like Mei, Symmetra, and Reaper. Mei is an amazing character because her Ice Wall ability can completely turn the tide of a fight. On top of that, she can freeze multiple people at once, which is incredibly strong in the current meta where enemies play very close to each other. For the same reason, Blizzard is a great ultimate that gets a lot of consistent value. If the enemy has a lot of shields, then Symmetra is your go-to. She can ramp up her beam by shooting shields, so she can be dealing up to 180 DPS after only a few seconds. She's especially strong because shooting shields actually doesn't consume her ammo, meaning that she can spend even more time absolutely melting the opposing team's shield. And guess what? When the shields finally break, she gets to use her fully charged photon projector against the enemy heroes. Her DPS is so high that she can kill any 200 HP hero in just above 1 second. Like, how insane is that? Reaper is also an S category because he fits very well into this brawly shield meta. With 250 HP and life steal, he's actually quite tanky. He's able to engage aggressively and deal massive damage. When he feels threatened, he can just use his Wraith form to buy time for his team to help him, or just to escape. The 222 role lock meta also benefits Reaper because now the enemy has less ways to deal with him. In the past, the triple support compositions easily pushed him away, but the supports are much more vulnerable now. Role lock also means that the enemy is far less likely to have a diva, which is one of the best Reaper counters with her defense matrix. The A tier is quite lonely with only one hero, Hanzo. Hanzo is a good pick in this meta, but is clearly a rung below Mei, Symmetra, and Reaper. Most teams are running those three heroes, and if we think about it logically, none of them are particularly good at dealing with targets at long range. This is where Hanzo comes in. He can relatively safely go on wide flanks and harass the enemy from the back or the sides. He is an S tier because making Hanzo work in the double shield meta takes a fair bit more finesse and knowledge of the flank routes than the S tier heroes. In the B tier, we have DPS heroes that are viable if you're particularly skillful with them. If these heroes aren't your forte, then you might run into problems as you begin to climb the ladder. If these are your mains, then there's a good chance that you can make them work in almost any situation. The two heroes in this category are Widowmaker and Doofus. Widowmaker can win a fight with 1 or 2 good headshots, but the individual skill of the player determines how likely this is to happen. With so many shields on the battlefield, you're going to have fewer opportunities to land those shots than ever before. Doofus is an interesting one though, since I would categorize him more as a dive-based hero. Despite this, a good Doofus player can absolutely wreak havoc in the shield meta. Similarly to Reaper, the 222 role lock indirectly buffed Doofus by reducing how many immediate threats he has to play against at any given time. No more triple support means that he is less likely to encounter a Brig that can stun him and instantly burst heal their teammates, or that a diva will save their backline with defense matrix. If you're a big fan of the Doofus, you should definitely give him a shot. C tier heroes are situationally viable, but you shouldn't one-trick these characters if your goal is to climb the ranks. This is where a little under half of the Overwatch DPS roster falls at the moment. Torbjorn just doesn't have enough punching power to be viable in the double shield meta, but you can still play him in normal bunker comps. He's particularly good on first point defenses where you have all the map control and are trying to stop the enemy from capturing the objective. Pharah has a similar problem to Torbjorn in that when the fight breaks out, she can't reliably pump out enough damage in the small time frame. By the time that Pharah deals a lot of damage, it's not uncommon for a team to just get run over. If somehow you find a way to slow down the pace of the game, then Pharah can actually be a great pick. She's also strong if she can flank around the enemy, which is more likely to happen on King of the Hill maps like Lijiang Tower, for example. In double shield compositions, picking McCree instead of Mei, Sim, or Reaper puts you at a disadvantage, but he does have some uses. If the enemy has flankers that keep killing your backline, you can pick McCree to help neutralize the threat. This is especially true for dealing with Doomfist, since he has to dive to get any value. Tracer is really bad most of the time, but if you're looking to play a dive comp, she can be a good pick. Even though her pulse bomb recently got buffed, she doesn't have a consistent place in Season 18. Ashe is a weird one. She can go on flanks and pressure the backline, but Hanzo just does this better. If you pick Ashe, you want to play to maximize your ultimate charge. This means that she can be played against compositions that play close together, letting her deal a lot of damage with dynamite. The goal is to get Bob as fast as possible, as otherwise, she's just a worse version of McCree and Hanzo. The cool thing with Ashe is that you can still gain ultimate charge while Bob is activated, so you can sometimes get 2 ultimates in one fight. It's very difficult to make Ashe work, but playing it against a Deathball comp will give you the best chance of playing her successfully. Bastion is good at breaking shields, but he's also very one-dimensional compared to other DPS characters. To deal decent damage, he needs to be in the sentry form, which makes him an easy target. These bunker compositions have very aggressive heroes that can punish Bastion's immobility, and that's why he's rated this low. Not all hope is lost for our favorite robot though. He can still be played on first point defenses and in cheesy strategies like Protect the President, where you set up Bastion on the payload and use all of your heroes to protect him. Sombra and Genji are both in the C tier for the same reasons. The fast-paced meta with a bunch of shields doesn't let either of these heroes shine. In theory, Sombra would be a great counter to these shield comps, but it takes her a long time to farm EMP. Similarly to Sombra, Genji has trouble farming Dragon Blade against so many shields, and he also lacks the consistent burst damage to be effective without his ultimate. Despite all of their downfalls, both of these DPS heroes can be viable when attacking on 2 CP maps. On 2 CP maps, you only need to win 2 fights as the attackers in order to complete the map, and ultimates are one of the most obvious ways to win a fight. Sombra's EMP is a fantastic ultimate once you finally get it, and like I said, all you need to do is win 2 teamfights. The Nano Boost plus Dragon Blade combo also has a very high success rate, so you could pick Genji alongside an Ana and play for that win condition. In the D tier, we have 2 heroes that you should avoid like the plague. The first hero we have in this category is Junkrat. He has terrible matchups with dive, and he's not good into standard bunker comps. And he's not a good pick for double shield meta. If you want to play for spam or shield damage, then Hanzo just does the job much better. On top of that, the value of a flanking Junkrat is nowhere near that of a flanking Hanzo. Basically what I'm saying is, don't touch this hero if you care about your skill rating. Second on the list is Soldier. Most often the reason to pick Soldier is that he's highly mobile and deals a lot of consistent damage. If you're looking for a mobile DPS that you can flank with, then Hanzo simply does this better. Hanzo also has better kill potential and more impact in teamfights with his Storm Bow ability. Soldier is in a bad spot right now, so I would not recommend maining him going into Season 18. Again, I want to emphasize that this list is for people looking to optimize their DPS play and rank up in Season 18 with 222 Rollock. You can carry with any hero, but this DPS tier list is useful if you're looking to take your game to the next level. Hopefully this video helps clear some confusion around the DPS meta right now. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. I take great pride in answering every single question that gets posted, so expect a response. If you liked the video, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel for more educational Overwatch content.
GameLeap is the proven way to help you reach your desired rank fast. Our website, GameLeap.com, is the most comprehensive library of pro player guides available. You'll find dozens of in-depth courses that are carefully crafted by players in the top 500 bracket, so you can start winning a lot more of your games. Get your membership today at 25% off. It costs about the same as a Twitch sub, so you can get much more value in return. We're so confident in our product that if you don't like it, we're happy to issue a full refund. So get your membership today by clicking right here. See you on the inside.